The war against parents, it is not new. Back in the 1980s, as I said many times, we saw the state, the public education lobby, come after homeschoolers, prosecute homeschoolers, and really their argument in court was that homeschools are not private schools. It's not legal to do that. But really their why was articulated by the Texas Attorney General back in the 80s, who said he didn't believe parents were qualified to raise their children, much less teach them at home. And that was the crux of their opposition to homeschooling. They didn't trust parents, they don't trust parents, and so we spent 10 years in a legal battle with the state of Texas over homeschooling, and finally, and as you know, in 1994, the Texas Supreme Court, in a unanimous decision, said that homeschools are indeed private schools, and homeschooling was clearly legal in the state of Texas. So before I go on, I want to give a shout out to our corporate sponsor, Alpha Omega Press. Alpha Omega Press has been a leading, award-winning publisher of Christian homeschool curriculum since 1977. So I hope you'll be sure to check out their products. Monarch, Switched On Schoolhouse, Life Pack, Horizons, and Ignite Christian Academy on their website at aop.com. So those underlying homeschool issues, although we won that legal battle, we continue to have this pushback. Their argument really is they don't trust parents. And we continue to see that animosity against parents as we have in the last 10 or 20 years with regard to CPS cases, allegations by CPS, lawsuits by non-parents against parents, really focusing on the fact that parents are not qualified. They don't want to allow these parents to make decisions. And of course, we believe, as did our founding fathers, that parents have a God-given right to direct the care, control, and upbringing of their children. And of course, that was the basis for arguments in the 1980s, that we are the parents, therefore we should be able to make these educational decisions for our children. But we continue to see this harassment of parents. We saw that in the CPS case with the Pardo case a couple of years ago when CPS violated the law. They didn't trust parents. They illegally took this 4-year-old special needs child from his parents, and we spent a 2-year legal battle getting that child back to his parents, and then fighting to get them off of the child abuse registry in the state of Texas. And we continue to see those kinds of issues. We focus on a lot of cases at the Texas Supreme Court to defend that fundamental God-given right of parents to direct the care, control, and upbringing of their children. And we continue to see this battle, this war against parental rights. We saw that last year when many school districts were telling parents, you can't withdraw right now to homeschool because we're not there, and so therefore you can't do that. We saw an explosion of homeschooling during the pandemic because many parents, first of all, were concerned about what they saw that their children were being taught in the public schools, but also because the parents were seeing that this 6 hours in front of a computer screen just was not sustainable. So we saw homeschooling explode. The Census Bureau did a poll last year, showed that homeschooling in the United States, it doubled between April and May and October, and in Texas it tripled, and we've continued to see those numbers increase to over 750,000 students being homeschooled in Texas right now. And yet now we see a new battle, not only in the legislatures and the public arena, but also in front of school boards all over the country over this issue of critical race theory, this Marxist curriculum arguing that people by their race or by the color of their skins are either oppressors or oppressed, and really is a racist theory. Parents are rebelling against this in Texas and all over the country. And we see that as another battlefront where just last week the National Education Association passed a resolution at their national conference supporting critical race theory and saying that they were going to oppose parents who are fighting this racist theories in their school districts. So once again, critical race theory is a new battlefront in the war against parents. And we believe, as does the Texas legislature, who recently just passed legislation to limit if not oppose, critical race theory in Texas public schools. So we expect to see more parents homeschooling as a result of these things. So click on the links below for more information. I hope you'll share this video with your friends and others. Go to thsc.org for more information about homeschooling. And thank you for helping us keep Texas families free.